How's everybody doing? Hello. Give me just a second to do my thing here. Get everything up and running. All right, good evening. I am enjoying a glass of Sangiovese from William Chris Vineyards this evening, and it's raining. So you might hear the sounds, the pitter-patter of rain on my tin roof out here in my Fredericksburg Hill Country home. So I'm Brent Ryan. You probably already know that, but tonight's installment of SongwriterTX, I've got a guest musician coming on. One of my favorite friends, songwriters, a guy named Winston Cook, and Winston was on my radio show last year at some point. Hopefully will be again. He lives in Houston now. And we met. I performed at Southwestern University, and he opened up for me there. We met there, and a fantastic songwriter, kind of doing his own thing down in Houston, and writing some really cool stuff in the kind of folk Americana scene. So he's going to join me here in a little bit and play a couple songs for y'all. In the meantime, I'll be here entertaining y'all. So, also, just to make a formal announcement, on September 24th, I will be doing the radio show at 103.7 The Buck. That's kind of where SongwriterTX began, and we keep doing once a month shows there where we bring in-house guests. And this next month it'll be some really cool songwriters here in the Texas country scene, up-and-comers, young man named Billy Lister, who's writing some good old honky-tonk Texas country music, and then another fellow named Braxton Hughes, who just recently, this past month, was recognized by Texas Music Pickers as having the album of the month with a new EP that he released. So two wonderful guests. That'll be on September 24th on 103.7 The Buck. So thanks for tuning in tonight, y'all. I don't know if I have any viewers yet, but I'm just going to keep jamming anyway. I have a theme tonight, and before I announce that, I'm just going to play an opening song for y'all. This humidity is making my guitar's tuning go a little haywire, so hang with me here. There we go. I've seen a father let you down. I've seen a mother feel a need. I've seen a city come unwound. I've seen a soul trapped in a cell, have a key. It's a lifetime, it's mine, it belongs to me. I've had a friend who said no more, and a lover made an enemy. I've asked God what I'm here for, still I got no answer from who he might be. It's a lifetime and it's mine, just let it be. I put together a few days in a row. I've seen things that I thought I'd never see. I'm looking forward to the places I'll still go, thinking that I have another lifetime waiting ahead of me. I've brought new life into this world and said goodbye to those who leave. I've known the mysteries of a girl that the loved one make a better man of me. It's a life see. I put together a few days in a row. I've seen things that I thought I'd never see. I'm looking forward to the places I'll still go. Thinking that I have another lifetime waiting ahead of me. Waiting ahead of me. I never know what tomorrow's gonna bring. Only know it's coming anyway. To be completely sure, I'm gonna sing all the words I need to say today. I've looked inside me through the dark and been who I don't want to be. That's the very place I found my heart. Waiting for the rescue, my love go free. It's a lifetime and it's mine. Who else could I be? Who else could I be? I put together a few days in a row. I've seen things that I thought I'd never see. I'm looking forward to the places I still go. Figure that I have another lifetime. Yeah, I figure that I have another lifetime. Keep living like I got another lifetime waiting ahead of me. Waiting ahead of me. Waiting ahead of me. All right, one song down, y'all. That's kind of my new song, Lifetime. I see my dad is on. Hey, Dad. If you're on, share the broadcast. Share it. It's all about sharing. My friend Winston Cook is going to be on here a little bit, play some songs for y'all. So yeah, my theme for tonight's show is going to be uplifting songs. I guess there's probably several ways that I kind of differ from some of my colleagues in the industry, and one of them is that it's very, very popular and cool to be very dark these days, which is okay. I actually like dark music and tend to be really drawn to sad songwriting, I suppose, sometimes. But I write some dark stuff, but I always have a real temptation to kind of put a little bit of a positive twist on it somewhere. And I don't know if that makes me cool or not, but probably not. But anyway, I've written some songs that are just kind of personally meaningful to me because I've wrote them to lift myself up from dark places. And so I thought I would make a theme tonight, kind of my uplifting songs as well as others' uplifting songs. Yes, Dad, I'm going to play free tonight later on, so that's one of them. First, I'm going to play a cover song from the man who's represented on my shirt here. I got to go to Woodstock, which is Walt Wilkins Music Festival, 2 years ago. It got canceled this year, along with all the other festivals. But this song was written by him. It's one of my favorites of his. It's called Trains I've Missed. Make sure y'all share the video, y'all. Here's to the trains I've missed, the love that I lost, the bridges I burned, and the rivers I never crossed. Here's to the call I didn't hear, the signs I didn't heed, the roads I couldn't take, and the maps I wouldn't read. Big old but I found my way. Hell and the hurt led me straight to this. Is to the train been a clown, I've been a fool, and I pushed on every chance. Crossed too many lines, trying to crawl out of God's hand. The stones I didn't throw, hearts I didn't break, little hope I held on to, with a silver shiny thread. It's a big old world, but I found my way to the hell and the hurt, led me straight to this. Here's to the trains I've met. Here's to the places I found, the love that I know, the earth and the sky that I call home. And here's to the things that I believe are bigger than me, moment where I find myself exactly where I'm meant to be. It's a big old world, but I found my way to the hell and the hurt, led me straight to this. Here's to the trains I met. Whoa. Here's to the trains I met. Whoa. All right, there's a Walt Wilkins tune. Hey, if you're on, introduce yourself. Put your name in the comments. Say where you're from. By all means, share the video. Share. We had a really nice turnout last week, and it's not because I'm great. It's all because of you guys. Y'all repost the video and share it on your feed, and all of a sudden we have a nice little crowd here, and that's what kind of makes it fun. So share the video, even if just for 2 minutes. It'll help. So yeah, my theme tonight is I'm playing uplifting songs, some of my more uplifting songs here. So this next one I'm going to play is on my last record, which was an EP called Point A to Point B. And that album is on Spotify and Apple and all these cool places where you can find streaming music. I wrote this one. It's called All Together. It's the last song on the album. And I wrote this because I really believe in community, whether it's kind of being connected to my listening audience or whether it's connected with people who are kind of sharing the journey of life with me, people who are working through their difficulties together. And that's what I had in mind when I wrote this song. I just kind of wanted to sing about the value of us all being in life together, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so this one's called All Together. And after this, we're going to bring Winston on. I see that he's about to join us here. So. We all got problems, we all got pain, we all get sunlight and we all get rain. We all got lovers and we all got left. We all got fathers giving their best. We all got memories, we all got fears, we all get visions, we all get tears. We all got wounded, we all get well. We all got only our own story to tell. We all got places, sometimes we hide. We all got our ways, so we all collide. We all need someone who we can find. We all got chances to make the past right. And nobody gets a free ride, 'cause we all got pay the same price. Both you and I gotta leave it all behind. But if we go together, we can take it just fine. We all get hungry, we all need more. We all get rich, man, but we've all been poor. We all get lost in the days we've had before. We all got a choice to take big and slow. And nobody gets a free ride, 'cause we all got the same price. Both you and I gotta leave it all behind. But if we go together, we can make it all right. We all are right here, right now in this place. We all get this night to stand face to face. No one is lonely if now we can be together, we're singing, together we're free. All right, that's all together. One of my songs off my last record. We got Winston here now, so I'm going to bring on Winston. He's going to play a couple of songs for y'all, so make sure you tune in. If you're watching, share this video with your Facebook feed so we can get a little army of people here checking things out. All right, let's get Winston in here. Hey, man, can you hear me?
Hey, man. Yeah, I got you. How are you doing?
Man, I'm good. It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you, too.
You don't have an instrument. Are you going to sing a cappella for us tonight?
No, it's right here. It's right next to me. It's on the stand. You can see it on my camera, but on the live stream, I don't think you can see it. But yeah, it's here.
Yeah, it squeezed us in a little bit when we brought you on live here.
Yeah,
so.
here. There it is.
There it is. There's the Taylor. Yeah, sporting the Taylor one.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, like I was telling you guys who were tuning in, I met Winston, played at Southwestern University a couple of years ago, and I asked my old fraternity if there was anybody who played music there that might be willing to do the show with us, and they gave me Winston's name, and he went up there and played solo acoustic, which was a lot braver than what I did with the whole band covering me up. So what was it like, man, when you were doing music at Southwestern University? Was there much of a musical climate there? Like, could you find places to play and stuff?
Yeah, I did. So it was in, those that don't know, it's in Georgetown, Texas, and there were a few places in there, kind of in the town square that provided live music. So I played there a good bit, and then I also went to Austin to play a few times. So really, the surrounding areas is where I had to go. But yeah, there's tons of musical people at Southwestern in general. Actually, the first place I played was at a place at Southwestern called the Corova Milk Bar.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a coffee shop. Yeah. And then I played there like in an open mic, and I played at a place called Roots in Georgetown, which is I played at open mic there. So those are my first real gigs, kind of in Georgetown and at Southwestern, and then kind of branched out into Austin and all that. But it was definitely, at first it was good to get my feet wet. I wasn't really jumping into just a huge music scene, but it was nice. It was a nice local scene. It was cool.
Yeah, cool. Did you get people to come out and check you out? Did you get pretty good response from some of your fellow students and such at that point?
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, it was. I was able to do that. It was cool because I don't think a lot of people knew that I was singing and playing guitar, which makes sense because going into college, I didn't sing or play guitar. I didn't start playing or singing until I was like 20. So,
Cool.
So I was a sophomore or a junior when I started. So. That was probably a shock to them. I don't think really anyone knew about that. I kept it under wraps until I actually started playing in front of people. Then they were like, "Oh, I guess you do music," and I was like, "Yeah, a little bit."
That's cool, man. I would guess that you were in choir or something before that because you have a very like almost crooner-esque kind of voice to you.
I was in band. I was in band. Yeah, all throughout college. Really, I played in the band, and that helped me a lot. But I wasn't ever in choir. I didn't think I could sing until I got to college. In high school, I had to sing in front of some people, and it was probably the most embarrassing experience of my life. So that was, yeah. So for a while, I thought I couldn't sing, and for a while I really couldn't. But once I figured it out, it got a little bit better.
Yeah, it's amazing how much it really is like a muscle that you really can develop. A lot of people think you can either do it or you can't do it, which there may be some truth to that in the initial stage of it, but there is actually a lot of truth to, like, if you can work out that muscle a little bit, you really do find yourself developing your voice a little bit,
Right. So, yeah. And I took lessons when I was in college. I took voice lessons, and that helped a lot. So it really helps to have a good teacher. And you mentioned, crooning, like the crooner style. That was actually one of the first things I started like singing along with was a Frank Sinatra CD.
That's so cool.
And I think really obviously Frank Sinatra is a great singer, but I think a lot of it is when you listen to his voice, it's almost kind of conversational. It almost sounds like he's talking, but there's a little bit of a melody to it. So it's, to me, and his voice is a little deeper too, so it fit more of my like talking voice. So I was able to kind of like get my feet wet and kind of sing like that. And that was the first like real moment where I was like, maybe I can carry a tune, and then from there I started taking lessons and started really exploring my range and realizing that my singing voice actually isn't that low. Even though my talking voice kind of is. So it was a learning experience, but yeah, it's interesting you say that because that's where I started in a way.
Yeah, it's really cool. I can really hear that, I think, in the way that you sing. And I think that's one of the things that makes your style kind of stand out as unique, And I'm kind of in this world where everybody sings like they just came off the farm and they can barely put, an English sentence together. All due respect to everybody, all of my colleagues. But yeah, that's cool, man. Well, why don't you entertain our guests with a song real quick, because that's probably why they tuned in, was to hear us play. So you got a song you can open us up with today?
Yeah.
Cool.
So this is a song that I haven't released yet, but it's on my to-do list. I wrote it a long time ago though, probably like 2 years ago. Anyway, it's called Worth the Fight.
Cool.
I'll go ahead and mute myself so I don't get the delay. All right. Now I was stuck in your trance, looking for a false sense of romance. Now I can't be sure of what was in the way, but I knew for sure I was numbering the days. And so I hurt my face, trying to fake a smile, but your cunning embrace left my heart in denial. This honesty and lies, I didn't want to be with you. I knew I had to cancel this future future for two. And so I did what was right, and I saw past what was hypnotized. You said you cared before, but now we're at war. Losing you, babe, is worth the fight. Worth the fight. In the beginning, I thought you were the one. We were inseparable, but your game had just begun. I should have listened to advice that I was being told. Maybe I was scared of lonely nights in the cold. And so I did what was right, and I saw past what was hypnotized. You said you cared before, but now we're at war. Losing you, babe, is worth the fight. Worth the fight. Yeah, yeah, oh. So I did what was right, and I saw past what was hypnotized. You said you cared before, but now we're at war. Losing you, babe, is worth the fight. Worth the fight. La, da, da.
Yeah, man. that was for some of the style of your songs. That's a pretty rock out song for compared to some of your more easier going stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I feel I guess more comfortable starting off like recording the slower songs, because I have a lot of songs written that I haven't recorded yet. I just tend to gravitate towards the softer ones to like start recording first. I don't know why. But yeah, I have quite a few upbeat ones that I'm going to start recording very soon, and that should be fun. It should be kind of a change of pace, you know, not really intentional, but it's going to happen regardless, you know.
That's cool, man. Yeah. I'm kind of going the opposite direction. The stuff I've been writing here in 2020 has been like minimalistic finger picking, minor chord, just like, you know, quiet, like make you stop and think kind of stuff. And I've always done these kind of, I've just always have heard a full band when I write, and for the first time, not to think about all that stuff, just write what I sound like right here in this room with this instrument, and let the rest of that kind of work itself out, I guess, which was kind of something I was going to ask you, because one of the things I notice about your songs is that you don't seem like you're really locked into what I guess some songwriters may call structure. Like you're not necessarily saying, okay, here's my verse, this is how the melody goes, here's how the chorus goes, where it's like this segment and then this segment and this segment. You seem like you kind of like your songs have a way of moving, like you're actually just thinking it through as you're singing it, like you're just presenting it like you what's on your mind. Do you find that you write songs that way? Like, do you sit down with a kind of a structure in mind, or do you just kind of start going with something that's on your mind and let it kind of work itself out that way? I'm curious kind of what your process is with that.
I'm actually glad you said that because I've been thinking that my songs are a little too structured. It's probably just a personal thing for me. Because I do have like a general process. I don't really have a process about how I write songs. It kind of just happens, but I usually have like a process of how I lay out the song. Really what I focus a lot on building the song. Maybe that might be why they come across that way. In my head, I always like to start small. And that's how I write a song generally. I start small and then I get bigger and bigger. So I think maybe that just transfers to when the song actually gets made. I like to start off real, kind of quiet, minimalistic, and then build a song. And I think that's I don't know. That's been the most intriguing thing for me. Really, is just building a song and watching it grow, and then hitting the peak and then coming down and kind of dissolving into nothing. So I don't know. That's kind of my take on it. But yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. In my genre of music, what I think most people would categorize me in genre-wise, dynamics are like non-existent. Like everything kind of starts out at one volume and just carries all the way through for 4.5 minutes. And I think it's actually like that in a lot of genres of music. And I think it's one of the most overseen characteristics of music. I used to really dig this band. It was kind of from Ohio when I lived up in that part of the country called Anathalo. And they were this rock alternative kind of band, but they would build these things up with a full like symphonic kind of sound and then just drop down to nothing. Where there'd be like one electric guitar just barely picking total silence, and it would just move you, man. And so many bands don't have any feel for like doing that kind of shift. It's cool that you kind of pay attention to that. Do you usually have an instrument in your hand when you write? Is the guitar there and you're kind of working it all out together?
It depends. I'm not very good about just sitting down and being like, I'm going to write a song. To me, that doesn't really happen. It usually there has to be some sort of like inspiration. So it can go both ways. Usually like I'll have like a melody in my head or like a lyric in my head, like a line, and then I'll just base the entire song off like one line. So it's kind of like I don't know, it kind of takes like a spark, I don't really like sit down and just like, I'm going to write a song. I'm going to sit here until it's done. I kind of just like, once I get one line, I kind of like, I don't know, kind of get in the groove of it and you start writing it. And at that point, I don't want to stop writing it until it's pretty much done. And then some, there's a few of them that like, I'll write half of it or I'll write a good portion of it. Then I'll come back to it like, a few hours later, or the next day, and then finish it off. So it's all over the place. It's just more, it's kind of organic. It's not really like a, it kind of just depends. I find myself a lot. I enjoy writing, like what I want to sing and then putting it with the guitar, just because I feel like I rely on a lot of I lean a lot on the words. So I want to write what I want to say first, and then I'll work it into the guitar. But there are some times where, I'll just be playing like a lick or something, and I was like, oh, that sounds cool. And then I just write the song based on that. It's kind of just whatever pops into my head, really.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of a new thing for me, man. Lately, just in the past couple months, I've tried writing, just sitting down with a piece of paper and a pen in front of me and just writing the words and trusting that my ear and my brain will be able to work out the guitar and the melody. And it's been a really neat way to change, because I always started with the guitar in my hands, kind of looking for a chord progression that I liked. But I found it was locking me into, we all have sort of our things on the guitar that we always go back to. Like we tend to do these same tricks over and over again. So I was kind of locking me into those same rhythms over and over again and losing sight of like, what am I trying to say here? And I don't know, I'm kind of experiencing like just writing just poetry and then let the song kind of piece together from there has been kind of a cool approach for me to experiment with, so cool, man. Well, why don't you pick another one for us? And while you're thinking about what that's going to be, I'll just tell folks who are tuning in, my special guest here is Winston Cook. And Winston, you live down in Houston now, pretty much, right? Houston area?
Yep. North Houston,
cool,
that area.
Yeah. So, well, we're going to get him back up to the hill country soon. We were talking about it on the phone today about getting him up to the radio show and maybe getting some shows around here for him. So, you have a website that people can go to find updates on your songs and stuff, or your gigs and stuff?
Yep. Yeah. It's real simple. www.winstoncook.com. So I post updates. I got event updates, pics, bios. I got some YouTube links to videos, like live videos that I did. So it's all on there. That's winstoncook.com. So.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Why don't you play another song for us here? Give these. We just got our record viewership. We have a bunch of people watching right now. So rock it out, man.
Very nice. Cool. Yeah. So this one is gonna be called 7 Pills. It's actually the next one I'm gonna record very soon. I'm hoping to release it at the very start of next year, but it's gonna go and I'm gonna start working on it in a few months here. But yeah, this is called 7 Pills, and another upbeat kind of song, a little different from what I usually play with what's out there under my name right now. But yeah, here it is.
Slip into a spiral, baby, I don't call this living. Oh, it's such a shame where we're more of a number and not a name. Indescribable feelings of desperation. Well, I say I want fame, but I wonder if it's more or less the same. Ooh. I think about the nights where I begged you to stay. Time after time you said you preferred a simpler man. He may be rich, he may be smart, he may be perfect in every way. But when I'm on my game, I'm the best one-man band. 7 pills for my headache and a bottle or 2 for my sins. Tensions on my face like a slithering viper's grin. Tomorrow's a day where I can start all over again and wonder when will my life begin. Driving around with the swerve, surely past the legal limit. But only God can judge me, so I don't give a damn what the people say. Oh, I'm flying high, baby, you're the only one who can end it. Say I wanna change, you think I wanna be this way. 7 pills for my headache and a bottle or 2 for my sins. Tensions on my face like a slithering viper's grin. Tomorrow's a day where I can start all over again and wonder when will my life begin. I hope it's when I see you again. When I see you again, darling, I wanna hold you in. Just wanna hold you in my arms. My arms. 7 pills for my headache and a bottle or 2 for my sins. Tensions on my face like a slithering viper's grin. Tomorrow's a day where I can start all over again and wonder when will my life begin. I hope it's when I see you again. When I see you again. Da, 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 da.
Nice, man. I started clapping before you were done, which I bet happens all the time when you play that song live.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It's usually my parents too.
Anytime you have a pause in a song, man, it always throws everybody off.
Yeah.
Good song, man. Yeah,
Thank you.
hearing you play tonight with these kind of more upbeat, rocking out songs. If you were to ever like go on a national tour, what would be your preference? Would you prefer to load up a band and bring kind of an outfit with you to rock out a stage, or do you like doing kind of the single guy solo acoustic thing?
I mean, I'd probably want to do the band. But I mean, I enjoyed all different types of venues. You know, I think, you know, it's really cool to see like watch those really intimate sets, you know, where it's just the artist and their guitar, and there's, you know, the people are like right in front of you, you know, and it's a real quiet like listening room type of thing. I think that's really cool. That's a really cool experience. But yeah, if I were to go on a national tour, I would definitely want a full band. You know, I think nothing really beats that. You know, just having that full band and just really just playing as loud as you can. You know, and just filling up the room or whatever it is with sound. I think that's definitely something I would want to do. I've never had like a band or anything like that. So that'd be a new experience, but that would be definitely something that I would gravitate towards for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, those last two songs you played to me, I could just hear a band kind of, you know, jamming those out.
Yeah, that's the plan.
We have quite a few people tuned in right now, which is awesome. So I want to tell our audience to do a couple things for me. One, make sure that you share the video if you're watching. Click on the share button and put it on your Facebook feed if you're listening to me and Winston tonight, because you're going to watch anyway. You might as well share the video, and that's what makes the numbers explode, which is a whole heck of a lot of fun to see the numbers explode, and then a bunch of new people get to see us, because it tells Facebook, hey, people are paying attention to this, and they just kind of exponentially shoot it out there like a shotgun. But also, I just put the word SongwriterTX here on the display. I have a playlist that I have curated and put on my Spotify called SongwriterTX, which is the name of this show. But it features Winston's music and along with a lot of other guests of the show, some of my songs, and then some of the very well-known Texas songwriters that everybody knows, like Lyle Lovett and Guy Clark and Hayes Carl and fantastic songwriters, fantastic playlist. So if y'all are watching, look up Spotify, look up my profile, Brent Ryan, and find the SongwriterTX playlist. You may be able just to search for the playlist. It'll probably pop up if you just search SongwriterTX, and follow the playlist, because I'm going to update it regularly, which means when Winston puts out a new song here in a little while, it's going to get on there, and you'll get to hear all the new stuff that the artists are putting out. So great way to discover new songwriters. So I want to give you a chance to play one more, man, so I don't want to blab too much here. So why don't you pick a grand finale song for our guests here tonight, and I'll say thank you so much for joining me, man. You're doing awesome stuff. I love it.
Thanks, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Well, you said grand finale, but I'm going to play kind of a softer song, more or less. And this song is actually going to be released in October 22nd, along with one other song. It's going to be kind of a session release that I did with one of our colleagues, Aaron Lacombe. I recorded with him at his home studio, and he mixed and mastered it, and you know, was the engineer. And so it'll be two songs coming out. They're a little kind of have a softer singer-songwriter folk Americana type of vibe to them. So, but it's really cool. I'm really excited. They sound really cool. So I'm very excited for them to come out. And this is one of them. It's this called Pines of Home.
Awesome.
Across the path, caught by time, there's a place that I call mine. And it's a place for me and you, where distractions are very, very few. My hands are worn despite my age, but let's strum along and never change. So raise the glass to moving on. We'll pay the mortgage with sweet song. Melodies soar over the pines. My love, does that seem fine? Open your ears, leave the rest behind. Listen to this home of mine. And this tall grass will still get taller. Keep the snakes at bay with the Tennessee Walker. And hear the coyotes' midnight holler. Let's take a walk to the wooden altar. Melodies soar over the pines. My love, does that seem fine? Open your ears, leave the rest behind. Listen to this home of mine. And when the sun shines during daylight hours, it'll shed some light on the garden flowers. Babe, I swear I'll see you there in front of a house that we can share. Melodies soar over the pines. My love, does that seem fine? Open your ears, leave the rest behind. Listen to this home of mine. Cross the path into the pines. There's a place that I call mine.
Nice, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can't wait to hear how it comes out.
It's really cool, man. I'm excited about it. I mean, it's cool. It's hard to tell just acoustically, but there's a lot of cool stuff. You know, there's some steel guitar in it. It's really just kind of a whole, just kind of I don't know. It's just a big, you know, mixture of sound throughout the entire song. It's kind of like a sonic bird bath. I heard someone say that one time. That's kind of what it sounds like. Just all these different sounds, man. Just, you know, frolicking and playing around. It's really cool, man. I'm excited.
What do you think are time frames? When are you expecting to have that song out?
That'll be out on October 22nd.
Oh, nice. Good. You got it nailed down, man. Sweet. Cool.
Really, really cool.
Well, cool, man. Well, I'm gonna say a huge thanks for coming and hanging out with me tonight. And let's make a pinky promise that we'll get you up here in the Hill Country soon and do the radio show and maybe get a couple shows where we can come out and hear you jam, man. So
yeah, that'll be great. I can't wait to get back out there. It's too humid down here.
I really do. I say that as I'm practically sitting in a rainstorm right now, but anyway.
Oh, yeah. That's Texas for you.
That's Texas, man. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, Winston. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me, man. And I'll catch you real soon. All right, brother?
All right, man. Thank you.
You bet. All right, y'all. That was Winston Cook, my good friend. Winston Cook, playing some of his songs. I love what he's doing musically. And I'm gonna pick it up here and play one or two more for y'all before we call it a night. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me here on Facebook and YouTube. I promised my baby girl I'd play her song tonight, so I wrote a song for my baby girl. She's a little over 1 year old, but I wrote this about 2 weeks before she was born. I was trying to think of a song I could write for somebody I haven't met before, and I wrote this song called Blind Date. So it's not actually about a date. It's about meeting my daughter for the first time. So I can't remember the last time I was scared to meet a girl. And I'm certain that I know nothing about giving up my word. But right now I'm on my way to meet a girl who might just change the way that I'm living this old life today. Got a blind date. I've had some moments in my life when I was scared to death. And I found when I walked through that fear, my life would resurrect. So the fear is a small price to pay, to walk into the light from the grave and look down on her bright shining face on her blind day. And I don't know how she's gonna feel about dancing. I can't even tell you when she's gonna stand on her little feet. But you can sure bet on your life that I'll be asking for a dance with a beautiful girl I'm soon gonna meet. I can honestly tell you I've never felt completely alone. All of my life I've been loved, and I came from a good home. Looking back on my life I can see there was a small part still missing from me. She's coming and I cannot wait for a blind date. And I don't know how she's gonna feel about dancing. I can't even tell you when she's gonna stand on her little feet. You can sure bet on your life that I'll be asking for a dance with this beautiful girl I'm soon gonna meet. She's on her way to meet me, and I cannot wait for a blind date. All right, that's kind of a new song. I've played that a few times for y'all on here, but still hasn't been recorded either. So, again, thank you to my good friend Winston Cook for joining me tonight and playing a couple of his songs for us. I'm going to close with one more tonight. And if y'all are Spotify users, I would like to invite you to follow Winston on Spotify. All of his songs are on Spotify. And follow my music on Spotify at Brent Ryan. It's a good way to support an artist because it costs you nothing. But when you follow an artist, then it just sort of makes their recognition go up. And also when they release new material, like Winston's about to do, and like I'm working towards also, you get to be the first to know because Spotify puts it in your playlist that there's a new song by these artists you follow. So if you like what you hear tonight, follow Winston, follow me, and check out my playlist, SongwriterTX. Follow that playlist because that's going to get updated with my music, Winston's music, and all the cool guests that join us here for the show. So I promised my dad I would play this song. My theme tonight is uplifting songs, and I'm trying to play my more upbeat, happy, inspirational songs tonight instead of the darker side of things. So this song is one my dad's always liked, and truthfully, it was a song that I wrote to kind of dig myself out of a dark place, and kind of my way of encouraging myself. One advantage I think us songwriters have is that we can put pen to paper and sort of work out our thoughts sometimes. Everybody does that their own way, but sometimes songs are written for us, and I kind of wrote this because I needed to hear it. And so this was my little sermon to myself. It's called Free. News on the TV, it's dark and looking bleak. I'm free, Lord, I'm free. When I'm looking at the numbers and my income's looking mean, I'm free, Lord, I'm free. When I get home from working long and wife is headed wrong, I'm free, Lord, I'm free. The basket's hanging on the fridge, a little bit too much. I'm free, Lord, I'm free. And I'm free as a shooting star that blazes through the night. So far I'm free as an eagle on the wing. Well, I'm free as a wild horse running through my dreams. I'm free, Lord, I'm free. When those who said they loved me weren't all they seemed to be, I'm free, Lord, I'm free. And those that I have loved the most pass on away from me, I'm free, Lord, I'm free. And I'm free as a shooting star that blazes through the night. So far I'm free as an eagle on the wing. Well, I'm free as a wild horse running through my dreams. I'm free, Lord, I'm free. When the sunrise can't find me, clouds in between, I'm free, Lord, I'm free. Those storms blowing in tonight, dark and looking mean, I'm free, Lord, I'm free. When the road up to the mountaintop is rocky and steep, I'm free, Lord, I'm free. And the faith I need to push ahead is terrifying leap. I'm free, Lord, I'm free. When the heart that beats inside my chest reach its final time. And the maker looks me in the eye and says I did just fine. Well, I hope I have the eyes to look back on my life and see that the one who loved me all my life has finally set me free. And I'm free as a shooting star that blazes through the night. So far I'm free as an eagle on wing. Well, I'm free as a wild running through my dreams. I'm free, Lord, I'm free. Thank y'all so much. Thanks, Winston. Yeah, cool, y'all. Thank y'all for joining me tonight for another SongwriterTX. I'll be here next Thursday, and then on the 24th, we'll be on 103.7 The Buck, and you'll see the live feed of that show with Braxton Hughes and Billy Lister will be my guests that night. Fantastic guests, so make sure you tune into that here on this feed or on 103.7 The Buck FM out of Kerrville. Thank you guys so much again. You can find all my music on Spotify. I got a brand new single out called Hey Shit Kicker. That's on Spotify. Would love for you to add that to your playlist and jam out to it. It's a fun, not so serious ditty. But really proud of the song. It turned out really cool, and it's a nice little jam. So I look forward to seeing y'all next week. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. It has made my evening as usual. So y'all have a great night enjoying this cooler air that you're hopefully getting here in Texas. And I'll see y'all soon. Love y'all.